What is up, guys? It's your boy Torius, back again with another video. I said I'm back again with another video. I'm very calm right now, just chilling. But today I'm gonna be talking about how, like, the game is not that complicated, right? Like, women aren't that complicated once you understand the game, right? And just like the Avengers is an end game, and I'm gonna be explaining that to you. So, like the video, comment below what you think, subscribe if you're new. Let's get into it. So, when it comes to game, right? When it comes to the game, right? Actually, when it comes to women, I grew up watching like Fairly Odd Parents, watching like shows like making fun of like Family Guy, like saying like, oh, women are complicated. You never know what they mean, this and that, yada yada yada, woody woo. I used to believe that, right? I used to believe that women were a mystery. But then I read, after reading The Way of the Superior Man, it really breaks down. What it means to understand women. Like, it really breaks women down to like a science, basically, like on God, right? Like basically explains how like I made a video talking about the other day. I made a video the other day talking about how women were put here to make us uncomfortable, right? Like, there's a reason why women nag at us. Like, it's so crazy. Last night I was watching this nature show, right, on Netflix. I think it was called like The World or some shit, Our World. And I was seeing these gorillas, right? And it's like the gorilla had a family. There was like a family of gorillas, and there was the dominant. They were talking about the dominant. There was a dominant gorilla, right? Like the dominant gorilla, who's like the biggest one, and they all wanted to go to like this little watering hole, right? It wasn't like a savanna kind of watering hole. It was like a jungle watering hole, right? Where they had they were looking for these salty plants. And honestly, it's funny. I have such ADD, bro. My dad used to like try to get girls all the time, right? My dad was a little horn dog, and he would always be like talking to every girl he ever seen, right? And I noticed that he liked to watch a lot of nature shows, and he would always make us watch nature shows. And I kind of peeped from a young age that you can get a lot of game from just watching nature shows, right? Like, because the thing is, when it comes to sex is basically 100% animalistic, right? The act of not the act of it, like the act of it is very animalistic, right? Like when you're doing sex, you basically have to turn off your mind, because your mind gets super annoying, bro. Like, when you're having sex and you're just thinking about shit, it's like it takes away from it, right? It ruins the mood. It ruins whenever they say like, oh, you say the wrong thing and then she's gonna those panties gonna go up. It's like, animals don't really have minds like we do, right? They don't have, animals have intentions, but they don't have minds. Like, they don't, it's so crazy. Like, I'm wearing a shirt. Isn't that crazy? The gorillas wasn't wearing no shirts. The elephants, imagine if elephants wore shirts, bro. That'd be crazy. But they weren't, right? The elephant wasn't wearing no shirt. And basically I was watching the gorilla, and he was saying how the narrator was saying how the dominant gorilla, he has to lead he's the biggest one, so he has to lead all the other gorillas to the watering hole. And I'm just watching this gorilla go, to lead means to go first, right? Because we're men, we must be leaders. And basically he was the one in charge. He's just walking in the jungle, and he's making sure that the family's protected. And it makes you understand, okay, this is what a dominant man is supposed to look like, right? This is what a dominant alpha male is supposed to look. Because the thing is, I imagine if he's scared and he's like, oh, I don't want to go, you go first, right? Someone has to go first, right? Men, when it comes to us, someone has to lead. Someone has to be like, you know what? I'm going to sacrifice myself, right? To be a man means to sacrifice yourself. That's what Jesus did, right? Like Jesus Christ sacrificed himself so that he can, save us. like he went first, right? He went first so that we can go walk in the valley. Hey, my bad, I was farting. Basically, we have, as men, our job is to sacrifice ourselves. That's why I said that women were put here to make us uncomfortable, because their role isn't to sacrifice themselves, right? A woman's role is to be sacrificed for, right? Like I had a conversation with my coworker the other day, and it's funny because I've been listening to a lot of Andrew Tate, like Tate speech. Shouts to him. Basically, he he talks a lot about how like dudes gotta fight niggas, right? Like not just fight niggas, but like dudes gotta be the protector, right? And it's funny because my coworker, she's all like on some like, oh, feminism shit, right? She's on some like, oh yeah, women can do just as much as men, like they're not needed and stuff, da da da, woo woo. And I'm just like, all right, let's say someone comes to this door right now, same thing Andrew Tate said, bro. I was like, say some dude comes in with a gun or some shit and he's like trying to rob us, like what are you gonna do? She's like, I'm gonna run away. And I'm like, exactly. Like me and my homeboy, we're gonna have to fight that nigga off, right? Like what is it gonna look like if we just run away, right? We're men, we're niggas. Like men don't run, men fight, men stay and fight, right? But it just goes to show, like no matter how like hardened and like masculine women want to act, they're still gonna biologically do the same thing, right? They're gonna run and protect themselves. They're gonna hide. They're gonna be like, oh my goodness, I'm weak, right? In a sense that like they're not gonna stand up for the niggas. The niggas is gonna have to stand up first, right? That's basically the game. The whole game is just the nigga has to lead. The nigga has to be in charge. The nigga has to be the protector. The nigga has to keep everyone safe, right? The reason why a lot of dudes don't get girls and they complain, why don't I get girls? It's like, my nigga, you gotta be a person who's like, take fighting classes, right? Get a gun. Get like, just be someone that can protect someone. Like have an attitude of, oh, I can protect this person, right? Start by protecting other people. Like stand up for people, right? If you start standing up for people and you start standing up for yourself, then you can stand up for others, right? It's like little things, like you can stand up for the earth first, right? The first thing you can do is stand up for the earth. That's why I always like try to pick up trash on the floor, because it's like I'm standing up for the earth. Like no, I don't, like that's wrong. Like I don't, because when you stand up for someone, when you stand up for yourself, it gives that person love. It gives you love, right? When you stand up for yourself, you're saying, I choose myself, right? You're saying, I love myself, so I'm not gonna let you. Because remember that the words that people say are they affect you, right? 100%. And you might not see the way that they affect you, but they are affecting you, right? So what happens is if you just let people talk to you any type of way, that's bitch. Why ain't you looking, dummy? She's literally looking everywhere except to across the street. I'm gonna fucking hit her, bro. But yeah, if you don't, standing up for yourself is basically loving yourself, right? Not letting people walk all over you. Like if someone says something that you don't agree with, tell them, no, I don't agree with that, right? If someone says something about you, say like for me, my mom always says like, oh, you are this, you are that, and I'm just like, no, I'm not, right? Like people would tell me like, yo, you're this, you're that. Like don't let, so you could have traits, you could have attributes, but you are not what people tell you you are, right? But yeah, so basically when you understand your role, because the reason why dudes can't get girls is because they don't understand their role, right? You go a role. A lot of dudes want to play the girl's role. Girls want to just be in love. Dudes want to just be in love now too, right? Dudes be like, oh, I just want to be in love. I just want a girlfriend. It's like, nah, nigga, that's like, even if you just want to have sex all the time, it's like, learn to love yourself first. Girls want someone that has love for themselves, because when you have love for yourself, it's easier to give it to the other person, because what that basically means is that it's easier to siphon, right? It's easier to drain them. It's easier to steal from them. But yeah, with that being said, like the video, comment below what you think, subscribe if you're new. I forgot what I was gonna say, so I'm gonna just end it because I gotta go buy some stuff. If you have any questions, just DM me on Instagram at Torius. Ask us for new interviews, and I will make a video about your question. With that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.